Let's go!
What's up, everybody? It is the crew. This is the What's the Agenda podcast crew. How does your knowledge or experience of your own upbringing, right? And nurturing, how does it affect the way that you see and treat people in terms of your relationships, family, and the way you treat other people?
That's one is a good one. Do you want to begin?
Do you want to start?
Do you want to start?
I want to start.
You want to elaborate further? That's deep.
That's deep.
Listen.
Relationship, family.
And,
relationships, family, and people in general. So, I was brought up with, fortunately, I'm blessed enough with both parents. My father did pass away when I was a kid, but he did instill some things in me. But mostly I owe it to my grandma. She taught me the value of people. She taught me the value of how to treat people. She's very religious, but she also knew karma. And karma is not something that's instant. Karma doesn't tell you when it's coming. Karma comes at any point in time. You can do something to someone today, and karma will hit you 10 years later.
I think karma
and you won't even know.
Always come.
Right? Yeah. So you have to pay karma forward. So you have to pay things forward. But she taught me how to treat people, women, especially. You treat women how you see your mother. You would not disrespect your mother, so you treat women the same. She told me if someone slaps you on the cheek, obviously that one I had a hard time with it. Like, turn the other one.
Boy.
Keep one cheek.
I'm not
going to give you a second cheek. I'll give you one cheek. I don't want to feel
that one. I had an issue. I said, Jaja, okay.
She's going by the Bible though, because
exactly.
But I'm not going to give you the second cheek. I'll keep my second cheek.
I told Jaja, I'll try. I said I'll try,
but
I cannot promise.
Exactly.
But then she also said, be kind, because it does not take away anything from you from being kind. Follow tradition to the best of your ability, but that should not affect the way you live your life, because life is so vast and the world is so big. Because you're not going to be here, this same spot, or be the same people your whole life. The world is so big, you're going to travel. Look at your father; he's traveled all over the world, and he still keeps tradition, but he also learn new things, and always keep God first. That I should have started with that. To keep God first and always and everything. And through those things, and just me being constantly, and also having my big brother, who I love dearly, and them and my mother, them constantly just being on me. As much as I didn't like it, sometimes someone can give you advice and you feel like someone is just someone's like spoiling your vibe. Someone like, don't do it. No, I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah.
But someone's actually trying to put some sense into your skull, but you don't listen. And it's only after you mess up that you're like, oh, you're actually trying to take care of me. So by having a structure of people who actually were there for me, to actually watch out for me when I fell, they were there to carry me back up. When sometimes I felt like I was alone, they were reminding me alone, telling me the harsh truths of the world, and teaching me. Every day, my mom tells me things about where she grew up, and all that stuff, and seeing where the families come from. So all that history, telling you about the family, and teaching you where they've come from, and how life is, and how tough life can be, and you just being careful with your decisions. And as much as you mess up, as long as you have your family, as long as you have people who love you, you're gonna be alright. So the way I treat people, the way I see you, if you love me, I will love you the same. If you take care of me, I take care of you the same. If you hate me, cool. I move on with my life. I'm not about hating people. Takes energy, bro. I don't need that in my life, right? But for me, it just taught me about how to treat people the way you want to be treated, and that rings true to this day. Even if someone treats you bad, treat them good, because that's good karma for you.
Yeah.
It's good for your soul, so you don't hold negative energy. You know what I'm saying? That's the same way in my relationships. I keep my enemies closer, because I like to watch what they're doing. I don't want to be blindsided, knowing that, I kind of slacked off and then you came behind me. So I keep you in my vicinity. Not that I chat to you every day, but I like to keep tabs on you. And yeah, man, I just be kind. I help people. I'm selfless. When I do things, I don't expect nothing in return. And that's how I've been taught, like, how to live. But yeah, that's me. Who wants to go next?
Shan.
I even forgot.
In terms of family, friends, relationships, the connection. What did you learn in all these past years that you have gone through? In terms of family, friends, relationships.
What do you see?
What do you see?
With family, we cannot choose the family we're born in.
That's the one. That's a great one.
We can never choose the family that we're in. We can only learn how to deal with them. Cope mechanism. Just learn and how we're gonna deal with them. Does it mean that we hate them?
No.
That they're enemies? They always say what blood is thicker than water, right?
Water, yeah.
Or family is thicker than friends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What makes family? A family, like I said, we cannot choose the family that we've been born in. That's biologically.
Preordained, really.
But when we have friends,
Mm-hmm.
like you guys are family to me. So I would call that family too.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I would make you more special or make my family members more special than my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the family part, I grew up with my mom, no father. My mom's the one who raised me, my sister, my brother, my elder brother. So we've never had that fatherly
Father figure.
in the home,
Yeah.
but we've had it through our uncles, my mom's brothers. They're the ones who were raising us. Then my elder brother had to take also that stand to be like the father for me and my sister. So that's how we've been brought up. So when it comes to family, I cherish my mum a lot because of obviously she's grown up raising us alone. She became a widow, so she had no choice but to raise us. She never remarried, so she focused on raising her kids. It's hard for a single woman who has to be a widow as well and just raise kids by yourself. So she did that to the point where now we're here. If I respect her so much, to the point where I look at her like I always call her my foundation. She's my queen. She's my rock.
Amen to that.
That's what I always say. I'm like, Mom, you're my rock. Because if it wasn't for her, first of all, I wouldn't be born. First of all, I wouldn't have the courage. I wouldn't even be standing right now. But yes, she can piss you off. Mothers, we do. Yes, our parents can get on our nerves. But like family, I would say my dynamic. So if I have to look back at my life, I would rephrase it onto my mother. I wouldn't say my father because I never knew what a father was. I never grew up with one. So going to your question, relationships. Okay, when it goes,
You have like a big side. You're like,
when it comes to relationships, I'm not gonna discuss my relationships or my past relationships.
Okay, we'll move on.
I'm just gonna say when it comes to relationships. Okay, I'll go back to growing up with my mother, not having a partner. I grew up not seeing her as a single woman and a strong woman. So in relationships, she also made some kind of wrong decisions in her life, choosing partners. And then I grew up seeing that, and hence why probably I made some wrong decisions in my life. But then it made me still strong. But then as you grow up like that, you become strong thinking, oh, you can manage it as a strong woman, but because it's like something has been put into your head. So with relationships, me being in that family home, I never really knew how to like be in relationships as much because I was used to being like
you didn't really have a frame.
I have to be the strong one.
Right.
So the guy would not understand me.
Your perspective, like
your opinions,
so it's like I want to be like
ideas,
the boss.
Yeah, the boss in a relationship.
The one who dominates the relationship, which is wrong. But that's how I was brought up, being like the strong one, because
there wasn't like a main role model
like
in the home.
My dad to sit me down to say, or to see
Teach
like,
you about
how,
men.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or even like a behavior of a man, you know, like
Yeah, so I had
if he's being honest, if he's being dishonest, if he's helpful, if he's loving,
yeah.
if
So
he's
it took me to
Yeah.
have my kids for me to now understand that, and then I don't want my children to grow up as well like the way I did. So that's why it's like now I'm in a better place. So it takes growth. Everybody has to grow at some point. Sure.
Can you song?
Yeah.
So you laughed at me when I sighed.
No. No.
Did you see my man? The way
Samura, let's go.
Okay, Otio. Yeah, in terms of family, my family, like the way I've grown up with my family, I've been up and down. Well, what do I mean up and down? Like being born in Italy, I've been with my family when I was for 6 years when I was a kid, 0 to 6 years, and then when my brothers were born, they took me to Uganda. So like the life, what can I say? Like the life that I wanted to be closer to my family, but then I was closer, not in terms of. I was raised up even with relatives that I didn't have that connection because I wanted to be with my family, whom I've known for years. They raised me as a baby. And you know, when you're growing up, that mentality of a baby comes back into you. You want to be closer with your family.
That little kid.
Yeah, because when you go to be raised with relatives.
Nurturing.
Yeah, when you're raised with relatives, you don't feel like.
Don't feel the same.
You don't feel the same. You don't feel the same love. And then when you see them beating you, be like, are you my mother to beat me? You get
it is so
that one I said it. I'm not gonna lie. I did say
you
that.
get vexed, but you have to hold.
You don't remember? No. But one time I did say it to a grandmother of mine. But the way I got back the slaps,
Yeah, you can never.
I even told my mom, I'm sorry, but I had to disrespect the woman. I'm like, I told my mom, I said it one time to my mom when I was 8 years. Because okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. When I was being raised, my mom used to come from Italy to Uganda. That one I loved it because I felt that love back. But me, I wanted that consistent love, everyday love.
You want to see every day.
You want to see your mom every day. And my father, I used not to see him for ages because remember, he had to work. So I understand the African type, you know. Working in a foreign country, you have to work. It took me like 7 years without seeing him. Though he came in 2007 in Uganda, but for how long? Remember,
that's a very long
I also
time.
had to go back to school. And me, I wanted, you know, when you're in school, children, you see children with their families,
parents,
the real parents, mother and father. Me used to see uncle.
Tough.
Me, I was
Especially
like,
in boarding school.
yeah, and me, I was like, when I used to see my uncle, when I used to see even my grandma, I'm like, I've seen my grandmother, yeah, but I used to smile, but then I was like, I want to see my mom and dad. And in my whole primary life, my father's never visited me in any school in Uganda that I've been. Never.
For real?
Yes, never.
You said 7 years. So those 7 years that you didn't see him, were you in school at that point?
I was in school being with relatives, but also he came in 2007, I remember, because I was in primary 6 in Uganda. In school, no, because I was on holiday. You get me? I wanted that kind of father love, connection. You visited me, I'm like, now I feel that love, that connection. I'm like, I'll be busting with my friends. That is my dad.
That's my dad, yeah.
You know? Then even me, I was like, Ken, would you be doing that? If you had to raise your kid, how would you be?
Yeah.
How much money will you risk? Because me, honestly, I myself, I do want to raise my kids in Uganda because I've seen the way kids are growing up. I don't want my kids to grow up. I don't want my kids to grow up in the same way. Because I've gone to many Ugandan families, the way kids are replying to their parents as if they're age mates. I'm like, bruv, to me, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, to me, I'm not going to do that. You're going back home.
I'll be like, Castillo, it's not looking good, bro.
Yeah, that's why. And then in terms of relationships, but you mean relationship in terms of wait.
No.
You mean? No. I want to ask. I want to know.
He said relationship.
Or relationship in general.
You heard us.
Yeah, but
You
it's kind
can
of
talk
different.
about friendships, relationships.
Those are relationships.
Yeah, under the same.
Yeah, but I wanted to know.
Okay.
Allow
him.
Yeah, but you were talking about your mother, so I wanted to know in general.
I spoke
That's
about
family, though.
Yeah, you said relationship with your mom, so I wanted to
No,
know.
she spoke about
Yeah, you spoke
relationship.
about your mom.
relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. I'll
Go
go
on, relationship.
In terms of relationship,
Also,
I had the worst relationships. I'm not gonna lie, I had the worst relationships. Worst.
So from your nurturing.
Could you summarize why was that
Like-
to you?
She's
Do you have an
No,
idea?
wait. Before listen.
In terms of
I-
family or
No, wait,
in
wait,
terms
wait.
of love? That's
No,
what I want to first
because I
begin.
don't want you to divulge information you don't want to divulge, right?
Then in terms of love, love there we are going to be in
Eh,
terms of love.
Keep it general.
Okay. In terms of love,
Yeah. How did your
When-
parents or how did your upbringing teach you how to treat women, how to love women?
like my mom, to be honest.
because
Okay.
of how you're drilling
Okay,
them.
no.
The question
No,
is
because I want to make it specific.
Okay, no. Okay, yeah, you're right. In terms of love, you know when you're introducing a girl to your mom is like, I don't like this one yet, she know from this. I really hated it. Then inside my head I was like, you know what? Never speak to a woman in terms of loving. When it is a mother, never.
Yeah.
But with my dad, I didn't have that connection with my dad. There are certain things, you know, when your dad is total traditional.
Yeah.
When your dad is traditional, there are certain things you'll be like, man, my dad is a kind of serious guy. He's not a not joking guy. I'm like, nah, with my dad, I don't. So I had to go through by my own. So when I had my first relationship, the way I hate this girl to death, even till to death. This girl here, when I dated that,
Hold on.
till right now, if I feel like making anything.
Stop.
Bye. Okay,
You're
wait.
making it personal.
No. In terms of love, I had worst experiences whereby most girls want money. Money is on top of their mind. I need a guy who can give me money. Nah. Okay, me, I'm like, you want money? What do you give me? They'll be like, I'm a woman. I'm like, okay, then even I'm a man. So don't ask me money.
It's equivalent.
It's equivalent. You're a woman, I'm a man. That's a relationship.
Don't we all want money?
Okay, how about men?
Every
Let's
woman-
not go to the argument.
Every woman wants
It's
money.
his
It's
perspective.
my
But
perspective.
it's true.
Yeah.
They want money.
It's true. But it's his
But it's also my
perspective.
perspective because me, I don't
It's
like.
his experience.
You see, in terms of experience, I've nurtured you with money. What do I get back from you?
Love.
Love.
Oh, man.
What about me?
Rakumvumisa wano
Kira, please.
Okay.
You are dead
You
rocking
see.
this man.
No.
Why am I finished?
No,
Why am I
honestly,
finished? 'Cause you started
honestly,
talking bullshit
I'm
already.
being honest. Today's era, in terms of love, is all about money. They put money on top of a man. This is real honest. I'm speaking facts. According to the relationship that I've gone through, I'm speaking about myself. I'm speaking about myself. I don't want anyone to judge me according to how I should love.
Mama, we are not judging.
All the women that I've gone through, they don't love you. They don't love you. They don't even know what even you're going through. They don't know your emotions.
They watch a lot of TV.
They watch a lot of,
American films.
Thank you very much.
Reality TV.
Documentary, mostly,
Reality
Housewives of whatever.
Yeah.
They also even listen to these program talks whereby a woman says, I went to abroad, my husband brought me, gave me everything.
Yeah.
That's the
Look at the
mindset.
pressure when they have those push presents.
No,
Did you
and
see
also
the
social
new?
media,
There was one
Instagram.
where it was
Social media, yeah.
there was a box and it was pink balloons, but when the box fully opened, it was a pink G wagon.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
Ken, do you feel like your experience of women like wanting money from you, or that's the first thing that you saw that they wanted from you?
No,
Did
like when Mia asked them, they don't even talk about love. Money.
Straight money.
They go straight to the point. Money.
so did that make you just feel like
You know what?
nah,
No, let me
girls
tell
out
you.
here just
I'm not judging every girl. I'm not saying that. I said
Yeah.
the majority.
right.
The majority.
Right.
Let me even correct it like that. That's why even I've said the majority of girls.
Right.
When let's say you have grown from a background like totally bad background. You remember where you came from. That's why you should start from. If your upbringing has been all about suffering and you have reached to a point whereby you're getting the mind that you couldn't get from the beginning, don't waste money on these petty girls who are not going to build you up.
Basire Queen.
But aka those select queens. Me, I want to be with a person who understands me, motivates me,
And respect your
and
money.
respects. Yeah.
They gotta respect your money, bro.
They not even the money. They should respect the hustle that I've gone
That's
through. Let
what
me
I
put
mean.
it like
But
that.
respect your money is respecting your hustle because they know how
Exactly.
you get it.
Okay. If they say a man has to look after a woman, okay, I will look after it. But also there are consequences whereby even you, a woman, you have to do certain things.
Yeah.
Don't ask me many things whereby you use a Bible. That's why many people are now using Bibles, saying in the Bible. I'm like, bro, right now we're not using Bibles. We're using the daily life. You get me?
The daily struggle.
The daily struggle. Right now, Bible is not involved. Even if you pray 1,000 times, the Bible won't give you money. It's the hustle. You get me? I've read the Bible too, but don't fool me using a Bible. You get me? Nowadays, most girls will be like, oh, the Bible, according to the Bible, according to this. And even right now, nowadays, they're now listening to pastors, fake pastors. Even they're not even building up. Pastors even who don't have even proper churches. They have these wood churches. These normal iron shit.
Bro.
But honestly...
There's a lot of pain there.
No. But honestly, I'm not trying to bring in pain. I'm just speaking.
No, your experiences, man.
No, it's not about the experiences, but normal life. Even when you're going to social media...
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And it's not realistic.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because they are few, but then because of the reach it has to people, it seems like it's many.
Mm-hmm. So that's why if a man and a woman, they unite together, they do all the stuff all together, trust me, the riches will come.
Yes, that's very true.
But it's not about...
It's a team.
I come from poverty, I'm worth this kind of money. Like, how do you put yourself worth the money?
Like, you're not worth more than me just because you come from this background. If we work together,
and then
everything is for us.
And
together.
then, even the certain thing. Lastly, most women, they'll be like, when you don't give them something, the majority of the women, let me correct it, they'll be like, oh, that's why you're so stingy, you don't have money. I'm like, okay, I have the money. You, how much do you have? You have no penny in your money pass, and you're here calling me a stingy, and I'm a poor guy.
No, but what is stingy?
No,
what is stingy?
Yeah, I rather be called stingy by my wife because she's the one who knows me. But I'm a girl.
We're gonna segue a lot because if we're talking about stingy, we're gonna go a lot.
Deep.
We're gonna go deep because
that is my own opinion.
Yours for calling us stingy and shit.
Yeah,
Kira.
How about you, Kira?
You're nurturing. What's that taught you about?
Family,
relationship. My thing is like a box mixed with a lot of influences.
Like a box of chow mein.
So to me, it's just a whole lot of confusion up to this day. Because I have heavy influence from my mom's side, heavy influence from my dad's side.
Wow.
So I have them both in my family. You guys starting again?
I'm listening, so I don't know what they're up to.
What the fuck you say wow
for? I was
saying that both my parents raised me, but because they're very strong on their cultures and their backgrounds, it's always been me trying to accommodate my Russian side, my Ugandan side.
Yeah.
My mum is quite soft. My dad is quite strict. There's a lot of, demand for respect, but then my mum, I don't know if it's a Russian thing, but she's just also quite a strong woman, so sometimes they will clash in like decision making or upbringing, etc.
So who was strong on your side, your mom or your dad?
They used to clash. They used to have to compromise a lot of the time.
In terms of character wise, on you, who was tougher on your side, your mom? Or
my dad, because he's the big guy. He's the strong guy. He's the one that was doing the
macho man.
Yeah. The final decisions, but they would disagree sometimes, but then they'll come to a compromise, and it will be his influence in terms of like the punishments, grounding or whatever, respect and whatever he demands of us. That was him. So for me, the family, I can't tell you in a simple term, my upbringing, it was a bunch of things.
But how did it affect the way you treat people? And how, like your friendships and your relationships?
Being mixed, going to Russia and being seen as a black person, there's not Indian, not whatever, of mixed, whatever, just a black person, and just being stared at. Even I can't remember the last time I went, but it was still modern times. I think just before the Russian Olympics. So whoever could find out how long ago that was. People were still staring at me. It got to a point where I had to tell them in Russian, like, haven't you seen a black person before? Like, what are you staring at? What is there to see? It was just constant staring. And I was with my grandma, then they'd just be shocked, like, what is she doing with her? That.
So they hadn't prepared you for that, like your parents. They hadn't prepared. Like,
my grandmother, basically, I wasn't allowed to go out at night because something could happen to me, because they saw me as
a threat,
something they desired.
Wow.
So something could have happened to me as a female.
Wow.
That's what my grandma said. If you don't go out late. So when it got dark, I wasn't allowed out. She said if anyone's making you uncomfortable or you see anything, ignore it. That's the basic instructions that I was given. Going now to Uganda, Muzungu, Muindi, and chanting it. They would chant Muzungu, Muzungu. just constant chanting of that. So it's like I didn't fit I didn't go Russia. You know, you want to have that instant feeling of belonging. I didn't have it there. Went to Uganda, I didn't have it there. But I did. One thing about my Ugandan side is a massive family. Like we didn't even get to see everybody. In Russia, the family is kind of small, so I didn't really feel that.
In Russia,
a few of them have passed away. The common ground is I can speak the language. I was born there. I grew up there. I had that kind of belonging. But when I got there as an adult, I didn't feel anything. I just felt out of place. In Uganda, I didn't have the language barrier. I didn't have the cult, like the traditions. I didn't have some things I lacked in. I understand like respect-wise, like the elders, whatever. I had like the basics, but some things I just stood out. For example, like, you know, the kneeling thing. I did not kneel. And there was times when the elders would yank my hand down and I end up going down by force. Yeah.
Wait, so they draw you...
Yeah, I will stand over and greet. You know, you have to go greet everybody there. And there was times when they will take your hand and
like down. They're holding your hand and they'll be like...
pull you down. Would and you go down? But of course you have to go down by force.
Yeah. You actually went down?
Of course, because the way they pull your hand down, you end up toppling.
Don't joke. Yeah. Go down.
So there was the whole family, the welcoming, the love and whatever. It feels great. It was good, but I still don't feel in place because of the language barriers and cultural differences in some areas. I didn't feel in place. So,
and did that affect the way you see your relationships, like your future relationships, like with people as well? Like in general?
The way I've been is like I've not been back to Russia, to Uganda in maybe the past decade. I've traveled all over the world. I accommodate all people, all cultures, all cuisines. I go everywhere and I just accept them. Pardon?
In regards to relationships.
Yeah, relationships, I'm open. I don't see a person for where they're from, religion, whatever. I just see the person as the person because to me, I feel like I can't fully identify. I do proudly say I'm half Ugandan, half Russian.
Has that changed how you treat?
Did that what?
How you view and treat people. Has that changed?
Yeah, I don't.
People when in the aspect of relationships, whether in like relationship with you and a partner or relationship with you and friends.
I'm very open. I've been open.
So you just don't really care.
So in general,
it is what it is.
She's neutral.
I'm just drawn by the person qualities. Are they kind? You know, one thing I've taken on board is, in past relationships where it failed, I look out for that in my next relationship.
Oh, you have to
learn the lessons. So, like, for example, I was with someone for a long time, but traditionally the parents were not supposed to meet me because I wasn't, like, we weren't going to get married. We were just dating. Right. So I never got to meet them. So I was obsessed with that because prior to that relationship, I was the Caribbean person and they are, you know, they're big family. They always have like gatherings, hall parties, whatever. I was there with him. And I was a girlfriend, so I was accepted. But in that relationship, that person was a lot more, religious, a lot more serious in terms of like life goals and whatever. It was a different path that they were on, and I was drawn to that. But then they were strict about, in terms of family, I could see the cousins, the brothers, but the mum and dad did not know of me. And that was eating away at me because I'm like, but
you didn't feel
like we've been, So then when I ended up going to the next relationship, I was like, okay, that, that.
I'm not going to accept
it. It has to be family. So then that person had the family, whatever, but then other areas, but then sometimes I think to myself, do I need to do it that way and just take that person as a brand new book? Because I go back and see where it went wrong and be like, oh, that person's got that reminds me where it did, like, it went wrong.
When you do that,
and
you're
then
limiting yourself from could potentially be something good.
Sometimes you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah, you gotta protect yourself, but you cannot bring what you did not have from the past relationship or what you have into a new relationship. Because at the end, two people come together. I always say two unperfect people come together to make the relationship perfect.
Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Perfect being.
Unlike poles to attract. That's what you want to say. Magnetism.
Magnetism. Unlike poles attract.
Unlike poles what?
Attract.
An enemy plus an enemy is equal
Yeah.
to what?
A friend.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
We move on.
We move on. We are now concluding and we are finishing.
The sauce in the hand, like I said.
The sauce in the hand. Yes.
How do you do it?
As you do the
You
the
roll it.
Then
Oh my god.
Then you put the whole finger in the...
like a little trough. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I made that sound. But anyway.
But you made it. You made it.
I can't do this.
What, as we conclude, I want to know from each of you, and myself included, what's been your it's going to get me saucy. What's been your best or worst, no, best and worst experience since being in the UK? In terms of people, healthcare. I'm pretty sure someone here has got sick. No one's ever been perfect the last 10 years. Education experience and social experience.
Which one? The last one?
Social
Social
experience.
experience.
Social.
Enjoyment and all that.
Oh.
Me?
Yo,